Hi everyone, Sabo Martin Greenwood here, and welcome to our second lesson for our advanced Calderdale family karate students. So this is, as usual, it's a virtual lesson. It's not something with any students. And I know there's probably a few of our students watching out there that are not red or black belt, and that's fine. Okay, please watch the session. But you know, the things that we're going to be doing here are a little bit technical. So it's okay that you see what you're maybe going to be doing in the next maybe 12, 18 months time, but it's not particularly designed for you at this level, okay? Now today's lesson we're going to be working on three of the more advanced Tang Soo Do Hyung. So we're going to be working on the three Nai Hanchi forms, okay? Nai Hanchi Hyung. So originally these forms would originally been one long pattern or one long Hyung. So the Okinawans, what happened was they split these down into three easier kata or hyung, and the Japanese or the Okinawans called them teki, shodan, nidan and sandan. So the Koreans, we call them in Tang Soo Do, we call it Nai Hanchi Hyung, which means inner divided conflict. The Okinawans, the traditional Okinawan styles like Shotokan, call this series of katas teki, which means iron horse. There is another word or another name that we use for the forms in Tang Soo Do, which is called Nebo Jin, which means inner step advance. Okay, so there's lots of different names for the same sort of patterns or same hyungs or same katas, but they all look loosely the same. Okay, now all of these hyungs today that we're going to be practicing, we're going to be using our horse riding stance, our kimajase. So it's a good moment or good opportune moment for me to remind you about what your stance should look like, your kimajase. So when you do your kimajase, your feet should be twice your shoulders width apart like this, a bit like your front stance, but both feet in line, okay? So your toes directly in line here. Now you're going to sit down in the stance, you're going to push your knees outwards over the top of your feet here. So you shouldn't be able to see your toes, okay? So don't bend your knees inwards like this, push them out so they're directly over the top of your feet so you can't see your toes. And also, if I just turn to the side here, your back needs to be straight like this, okay? So don't lean forwards or lean backwards like this, okay? You are all off balance. As with most of our Tang Soo Do stances, your back needs to be straight up like this, okay? Nice and relaxed. So nice deep stance all the way through. Now a little tip for you, when we're doing these hyungs, if your stance isn't spot on right, your feet will tend to move around a little bit as you twist your hips. Now a little bit of a tip here is that when you're in your stance, just turn your feet ever so slightly inwards, so just a couple of degrees towards the centre like this, and this will help you when you're twisting your hips like this, doing some of the movements in the forms. This will help you maintain your stance without your feet moving and wobbling around like this, okay? So got to work on your horse riding stance for these hyungs, okay? It's really, really important and fundamental to doing these forms correctly, okay? Now, before we get into the session, just a quick safety brief again. So everybody, before you do this, you should be fitting well to do the session. So if you're not feeling well, please don't practice. You know, obviously watch, but don't practice. Also, if you're carrying an injury, please make sure whatever you do today is well within the capabilities of what you can do. I don't want you aggravating any injuries while you're out during this period of time when we can't do normal training. So nice and steady, please. Also, just make sure today when you're practicing that you've got a safe space around you, so there's no objects that you're going to bump into or knock over or collide with. Okay, so move everything out of the way, make sure there's no debris on the floor, etc, etc. And also, if you're practicing with another person alongside you, make sure you keep a safe space between yourself and the other person at all times. Finally, the floor. Okay, so I'm quite lucky today, the floor is clean, there's no debris around me, and I've got quite a good floor space. Please make sure that you've moved all objects out off the floor, that there's nothing on there that you're going to tread on or trip over, and that the floor isn't slippy. We're not in class at the moment, we're not in the dojo, so if you want to put a pair of trainers on or a pair of sandals while you're training, that's fine. Just wear some suitable footwear that allow you to train safely. Okay? Now, I'm going to assume that you've done the warm-up or done the warming-up exercise routine before you're doing this session. If you haven't, please go and do one now before you do this session. There is an example warm-up session on our website, our club website, on the members area. So that is a good way of doing your warming up routine. Okay, I don't want again you pulling your muscles because you haven't warmed up properly. Okay, now we're going to get straight into it now, into our first hyung, which is Naihanchi Chodan. Now as I said, there are 3 in this series of forms. I'm going to do them all in this session. Okay, now Naihanchi Chodan. Okay, we're coming to ready position normal here to start with. Naihanchi Chodan is the only one in the set that's its own starting position. So we're going to start the hyung like this. You're going to lift up your right leg, okay, your right foot coming up to your left knee like this, and you're going to circle your hands around so your left hand is in front of your right hand here. Now you're going to push your right leg down here and your hands are going to rotate, fingertips together with your left hand on top of your right hand like this and your line of sight towards the front directly forwards. Okay, okay, let's try that again. Okay, so back to ready here, non-ready position. So you lift up your right leg, okay, your left arm in front of your right hand here and down like this. Okay, one more time. So we lift, 1, turn, 2. Okay, now quite unusual for our Tangsido hyungs. We're going to go to the right first, okay, not to the left. So I'm going to be doing a mirror image to you, so I'm going to be going to my left or you go to your right. Okay, so from this position here, you're going to keep your line of sight directly forwards here, and your left leg is going to step across your right leg like this into our cross leg stance. So you're both knees bent here, quite well bent, feet close together, keeping the same position with your hands here out in front. Now you're going to look to your right here. Your right leg is going to step up, your right hand open here underneath your left hand, and you're going to step down into horse stance, and you're going to strike here, okay, with your right arm. So the right arm level your shoulders, your fingertips close, tight together here, with your thumb tucked in, like knife arm strike. Okay, now from this position, you're going to twist your hips, okay, keeping your stance in the same position. And you're going to do left arm, elbow tack into your right hand. Now dropping your hands down now towards your right side. So your right arm tucked in like punching position here, your left arm just in the centre of your chest here. Now the line of sight though, you notice is still towards the right. So from this position, you're going to look to your left. You're going to block using your left arm, low block. Then hook punch with your right arm. So this hook punch here, 120-degree angle, okay, bent here in the centre, like cannon form number 5. Now from this position, I'm going to look to the front again as I step through. So my right leg is going to step over my left leg like this. Now this cross leg stance, my foot here, your right foot should be pointing directly forwards, but your left foot is pointing towards the side. Now, useful tip for this one, I'm going to block now with my right arm. Okay, you're going to block with your right arm. So the arm that you've already got out in front here, your right arm is going to do the block. So I step in, your arms chamber here like this, nice and tight to the body. Step down, right arm middle block. Then punching down, left arm down, right arm up to the left shoulder here. Twisting your hips, right arm blocking down, left arm blocking up. Now from here simultaneously I'm going to trap here with the right arm as the left arm comes into back fist. So from this position together, we come in like this, okay? So your arm here tucked nice into the centre of the body again. Now from this position again, this arm that you've got out in front doing the back fist now, should be your left arm. You're going to look to your left. So left arm out, looking to the left. Okay, so look to the left, sweep your left leg up, down, and block to the left side, okay? Now look to the opposite side, now to your right, you're going to sweep your right leg up, block towards the opposite side. Now whenever you're blocking with this arm should be following the same line as your thigh on this side. Okay, so lining this arm up with this thigh here. Now dropping both arms down here towards your right side, looking across the left and double punch, Kia! Shout. Okay, so that's halfway through the form. Now the second part is a mirror image of the first part. So the form is symmetrical. Okay, so from here, the right arm comes underneath the left arm here, like this, and we slap. So once again, level with the shoulders. Now right arm into left hand. Dropping your hands down now, so left arm into punching position. Right arm just in the centre of the body here. Now looking towards the right. Low block right arm. Hook punch, left arm. Now looking to the centre. Stepping across. So remember what we said last time? This foot here pointing towards the camera, your left foot pointing forwards. Right foot sideways on, so we can get the hip twist now as I come down to chamber. Middle block with left arm. Okay, now we're going to punch down. right arm, block up right arm, then trap in, back fist into the centre again. Now, looking towards your right, okay, sweeping with the right leg now, up, blocking the side, 1, look the opposite side, sweep with your left leg, up, blocking 2, dropping the hands down to your left, look across to your right, double punch, key up, kia! Okay, now from there back to ready, right leg pulls in here, right hand in front of left hand, and we finish as we started here, both hands coming down like this, into barrel, and shut, relax. Okay, so this is the form all the way through, okay, broken down with a bit of commentary. Now, key to doing the form, as I said to start with, is your horse stance, but also you've got a few other things going on. So as we're stepping through, we're still wanting to try and keep some hip twist going on in this hyung. So when we step through into chakra jasa here, cross leg stance, you notice when I turn this foot forwards and the other foot sideways on. This allows me, when I come up to do my block now, my hips to twist here. Now, I know some styles they do different to this, they just step through like this, or like this. And it's fine, okay, there's nothing wrong with that. The way in which we practice this hyung in our style is that we try to maintain this hip twist all the way through, so we get this movement here, of the hip moving across like this, okay? Now the other thing in the form is that we're using our head to look before we do the techniques. So if I do my hyung here from this position here, the line of sight is forwards first here, but then I look before I strike. Here, then it's 1, 2, then I look again before I block, punch, then I look to the centre again here before I block, 1, 2, 3, okay? So we start life out in Tang Soo Do doing basic form of 1, get your hyung in the bow. Okay, when we go 1, 2, look, 1, 2, look, block. So our head moving all the time before we do the movement. And it's the same principle we're forming all the way through, okay? So we're doing this to a greater degree in this hyung, and it becomes a little bit more difficult because the movements are more difficult, okay? So I'm going to go through the same hyung again. Now, Hanchi Chodan. I'm going to go a little bit faster this time with a little bit less commentary, okay? So everybody into non-ready position to be here. Okay, so now left leg up, hands in front of the face here, turn, down in front. So going to your right, okay? So we're going to step across, left leg across, right leg here, cross leg stance, look in, cross, right arm slap, elbow, drop down, now look, block, hook, punch. Stepping through now, line of sight to the front, cross leg stance, remember getting this hip twist now, right arm middle block, punch down, block up, trap and back fist into the centre here. Now, going to the left first, leg sweep, 1, looking across to the right, leg sweep, 2, drop down, look, now kia, kia. Now, from here, second part of the form. Left arm underneath right hand, slap, elbow, drop down, looking out to your right, block, hook punch, stepping through, line of sight to the front now, middle block left arm, then punching down, blocking up 2, trap and back fist into the centre 3, looking to your right, sweep, block, look to the left, sweep, block, dropping down to your left side now, looking across to your right, kia, and key up. Okay, now right foot pulling into left leg, up, down, shut, relax, okay. So, we're working in there a little bit more now, groups of movements that we put together as one count. So, as we step in, the first movement from here is just done to 1 count normally. Then the next set is done to a count of 5, okay, it's done, all the 5 movements done to the same count. So we look, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those 5 movements all done together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then slow again, step into the centre, 1. Then 1, 2, 3, all 1 count. This is just 1 count, this is just 1 count, this together is 1 count. Okay, let's go. So I'm going to work on this a little bit faster now, going through in those sections. Okay, so Normal chumbi position here, ready. Okay, so naihanchi chodan chumbi. Okay, naihanchi chodan. Okay, so step in, left, cross, right. 1. Now look in. Okay, all these 5 movements to 1 count. Now ready. Now step in, centre, looking now. Just 1 count. 1. Now the next 3 to 1 count. 1, 2, 3. All to 1 count again. Look in. 1. Look in. 2. Now this done to 1 count. Here. Now strike in. 1. All 5 to 1 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, like so. 5. Sorry. Step in through. Into centre. 1 count. Middle block. All 3 to 1 count. 1, 2, 3. Look in. 1. Look in. 2. Drop. Here. And mats are ready. And shut. Relax. Okay, so we broke Basai Dai down into a number of different movements, if you recall. Okay, so after we do the first movement in Basai Dai here, we do this next section all to 1 count. 1, 2. Then the next section to 1 count. 1, 2. Then the next section to 1 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we do the same principle with our naihanchi hyun here. Okay, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're breaking it down into these little chunks that flow together, but also trying to do it with your head movement. So looking whichever direction you're going in, okay, before we move. Now a couple of little tips again for this young. So when we've done this movement here, 1, 2, 3, okay, we're going to do this leg sweep now, okay, here like this. Now whichever arm you have out here when you've done your back fist, this is the side that you're going to move to first. So if your right arm is out like mine at the moment, I move to my right side here. You know, if the left arm is out here, you move to your left side first. And similarly, when we're stepping across, doing this movement here, after we've done our cross-leg stance, whichever arm you've got out in front here, you're going to block with the same arm. Okay? So if your right arm is out like this, you block with your right arm. If your left arm is out like this, you block with your left arm. So there are a few things in this hyung, okay, a few little tips to help you remember which line or which side you're going to for the next movement, okay? Right, I'm going to stop there for naihanchi chodan, and we're going to have a look at naihanchi idan next. So good moment for you now to get a quick drink of water, okay, before we move forward, okay? So can you have a drink of water, everybody? Back, everybody. So the second part of this session today, we're going to be working on our second naihanchi hyung, which is naihanchi idan. So naihanchi idan, in common with naihanchi chodan, is done predominantly in horse riding stance and side to side again. Unlike naihanchi chodan though, it uses the regular chumbi position, so there's not a different chumbi position or dedicated chumbi position for this hyung. Okay, so we're going to come into attention here. Okay, now not ready position. Okay, chumbi here. Now, once again, you're going to be going to your right first, okay? So I'm going to step out to my left. So you're going to step to your right here, and your left hand coming in front of your right hand like this, okay, to make this X shape with your hands. Okay, so hands open in your cross-leg stance again, line of sight to the front. Now from here, we're going to grab the wrists here, so grab the fists in, and we're going to pull down sharply. So there's a fist apart between both your fists here. So from this position here, you pull down into here. Now I know sometimes with those styles they do this movement like this with the arms level with the shoulders. Our particular style here we do sloping down like this. Now you're going to look now to your right leg is going to come up, your hands are going to drop to the left side here, and you're going to do the same double block as what we have in naihanchi chodan, with this arm here, your right arm following the same line as your right leg. Now cross leg stance again, looking forwards, I'm going to step, left leg across right leg, and I'm going to circle this arm round now, your right arm circling into the centre, right in the middle of the body, with your left hand then coming down on the centre of the wrist here. Okay, not out to the side, right in the middle. Now you're going to reposition your hand now, your left hand towards the side of your right hand, looking towards your right side, step your right leg up. Then we're going to do this supported middle block here. Okay, so left hand on the side of your right fist. Now, look into the centre, cross leg stance. You're going to step your right leg across your left leg now. Okay, like this, cross your arms, and then pull in. Down again, okay, so this nice sloping shape in both fists. Now look into your left. Left leg steps at this time, both hands drop into your right, and double block, okay, towards your left side. Now as we step in this time, okay, into cross leg stance, your left arm now is going to circle round to block in the centre here, or strike. Okay, your right hand covering. Reposition your hand now to the side, step your left leg up, and supported block here, okay? Now from this position here, you're going to pull in your left arm into the punching position with your right hand covering. Now straight from this position here, you're going to twist your hips, and you're going to do supported block out towards the opposite side here. So your left hand covering the side of your right hand here, okay? Now from this position here, your right leg stepping up, twisting your body to the side and striking. Elbow strike here, okay, so your left hand grabbing your right fist here, and with this sloping nature with your arms here, not level here, sloping down like so. Line of sight to the front, now looking to the right, you're going to do single arm knife arm block here, hook punch left arm. Now stepping into the centre, same as Nai Hanchi form number 1, turning our foot to face the front here, then middle block, inside to outside, then punching down, right arm, blocking up right arm, and trapping and making this back fist strike into the centre. Okay, now from this position you're going to pull in your right hand now, okay, so your left hand covering here, into punching position, twisting the hip, supported block this time, right hand covering your left fist here. Now same as what we did the opposite side, your left leg now, we're going to pull it back, twist the body here, coming down to elbow, elbow sloping down, look to your left, knife arm block, hook punch left arm, so hook punch right arm, stepping into the centre now, your cross leg stance, remember turning through, then we're going to do right arm middle block, punching down 1, up 2, into the centre, trap and key up, kia! Okay, back to ready, barrel, and shut, relax. Okay, so there's a couple of things in this hyung which are quite difficult to see without getting a little bit closer to the camera. Okay, so firstly, we're doing this movement here, this circular movement with the arm like this. Your wrist is pointing forwards here, with your opposite hand covering your wrist, directly in front of your body, in the centre of your body here. Okay, not done out to the side like this, like some stars do, right in the centre here, okay? Then you reposition your hand here towards the side, like this, a little bit like what we do in Basai Dai, before you do this supported block here to the side. So from this position here, comes into this position here, okay? Now the other thing is, when we're doing our elbow attack, we overextend our body backwards like this, so we're getting our hip twist round to strike here. Now as we do this hip twist here, don't overdo it towards this side, okay? So you're all off balance, you're coming in here, keeping your hips and shoulders square as you strike like this, okay? Right, so we're going to cover this form again, okay? So 90 form number 2, a little bit faster now, okay? So we're coming to our chariot position here, okay? Now you're going to go into Chumbit position here. So once again, you're going to go to your right, okay? So we're going to do this cross leg stance, okay? We're going to open, pulling closed. Now look into your right, hands coming to the left here, double block. Now circling your arm round, into the centre, then reposition the hand, supported block this side. Now the opposite side now, we look into the centre, stepping right across left, pulling down again here, looking this time to the left, hands dropping to the right, double block, circling round, centre, looking, reposition the hand, supported block, so pulling in this time to the left side, supported block to the right, twisting the hip, right elbow, looking to right, right arm block, left arm hook punch, stepping across, left arm middle block, then 1, 2, 3. Now from this position, okay, you're going to pull your right arm in now, covered with your left hand, then straight out again, supported block opposite side, twisting the hips, okay, striking left elbow this time, looking to your left, left arm knife arm block, right arm hook punch, step in, looking to the centre now, right arm middle block, 1, 2, kill, and that's ready, and shot, relax, okay. Right, so we're going to do this form one more time. We're going to do it a little bit faster now with less commentary again, like we did with Naihanji Chodan. Okay, so from normal, jumping position here. Okay, now we're going to go across, remember, to your right first, so crossing over. 1, look, 2, circle, 3, look, 4, back to the centre again, look, 1, look, 2, centre, circle, 3, look, 4, okay, now pull it in, out to the side, lifting up, twist, elbow, 1, 2, looking forward, cross leg stance, middle block, okay, then 1, 2, 3, pull it in again this time to your right side, out we go, hog when blocked, twist, elbow, knife arm lock, hook punch, look in centre, middle block, 1, 2, kill! Back to ready. And shot, okay. So this is our second Naihanji Hyung. So you can see, again, there are some similar movements to what we have in Naihanji Chodan. So we've got this movement again here, okay, 94 number 2. And we've also got this sequence of movements here, 1, 2, 3, like this, in the form again. And that sort of backs up the theory that this was originally one long form with a lot of these movements repeated over and over again throughout the course of the Hyung. Okay, so we're going to practice the last Naihanji Hyung, Naihanji Samdan, in the final part of this session. Okay, so before we do that, have another quick drink. Okay, just have a breather before we come back to that. So our last Hyung for today is Naihanji Samdan, and Naihanji Samdan in some respects is possibly the hardest one of the set to do, and it's not particularly because the movements are more complex, it's simply because the Hyung is not symmetrical, so it's not a mirror image. So you recall in Naihanji Chodan, Naihanji Idan, whatever we did on one side we repeated on the opposite side. So the same is not so with Naihanji Samdan. Okay? So, the same as Naihanji Idan, we're going to adopt the same Chumbi position, so our regular Tangsido Chumbi position. So from here, we're going to our Chumbi position here. Now, once again, you're going to be using your right side first, okay? So I'm going to use my left side. So from here, I want you to lift up your right leg this time, okay? Your right arm coming up towards your left shoulder here, and your left arm dropping down here, so double arm here. Now, as I step out this time, you're going to step out to your right, doing into horse stance. You're going to block down with your right arm and up with your left arm. So, low block Hadamaki with your right arm, and middle block Chundamaki with your left arm. Okay? So we do 1. Now, from this position, you're going to twist your hips slightly here towards your left side, and you're going to switch your arms over like this, so double block again. So, when you're doing this position here, your arms not too far out to the side, keep them nice and in the centre like this. Now from here, your right arm is going to come out to the side here, in a back fist position, okay? So you notice this time my hand is rotated sideways on, it's done with the fist facing towards the back, and then I'm going to come in to do back fist attack, okay? Now from here, I'm going to pull in the right arm here, okay, like so. Then you're going to punch the same arm out like this, with your left arm just covering over the top of the elbow here, okay? So fist punching out in the centre, then from here you twist your wrist, so your wrist is facing upwards now, your hand staying in the same position. Now you're going to look to your right here, you're going to step across, okay, your left leg stepping across your right leg into cross leg stance, your right leg lifting up again here, your hand repositioning now to the side of your right fist here, and then you're going to block down, okay, with your wrist pointing upwards, okay. Now from this position I twist my wrist, So it's in the regular low block position now again, with my left hand, I have your left hand supporting your right hand. Then you're going to circle this arm all the way up, round in the circle here, around your body, to do low block. Okay? Now from here, line of sight back to the front, draw in the right fist now into punching position, then punch out again. Okay, so right fist punching, left hand covering on top of the elbow. Now from here, double block one here. So right arm coming up, left arm coming down, twist, double block two. Then we're going to go out with the left arm here, blocking into the centre or back fist into the centre. Now we're going to repeat this movement now as we step through. So your right leg stepping across your left leg here. You lift up, your left arm here. We're going to come down to do back fist again, like this. Okay. Then we're going to draw in. Okay, your left fist pulling in here, punching out, twisting. So the wrist is facing upwards again. Again, right hand on the elbow here. Now looking to the left side, stepping across, cross leg stance. Repositioning your hand now towards the side of your left fist, and then drawing back to do low block here with the wrist pointing upwards. Then twisting the hand this time, again to the regular position again for low block. Again, keeping your right hand supporting at the side of your left fist. Rotating now, big circle, this arm to block down. Then drawing in, left arm to punching position, line of sight to the front, punch out. Okay, so single punch here. Now look to your right from this position. We're going to do knife arm middle block, left arm hook punch. Then we're going to step into the centre, same as what we do with 9-inch chow down and 9-inch down. Then do middle block into the centre and punching down. Okay, with your right arm, open the left arm here into this back fist position here. Okay, then into the centre and back fist kia, kia, and barrel up. That's ready. And shot, relax. Okay, so you can see in this hyung, it's not the same both sides, so we only do one of these stepping out when we do this back fist attack here, and there is only one knife arm block, hook punch as we step through here, okay? So not done at the same sides, okay? It's not a mirror image. The other thing, a little bit of technical detail that I was talking about during one of the virtual lessons during the week, is that in the first two Nai-Hanchi Hyung, when you do this sequence of movements here, 1, 2, 3, as you come back to do this movement here, this arm here that's up in the air is turned through 90 degrees, okay? So I turn this way, you can see. When you do Nai-Hanchi Samdan, you go 1, 2. So it's a fist pointing to the rear this time, so it's more like a back fist than a block, okay? So when you're doing this movement, your wrist should be pointing forwards rather than in towards the side of your head. I'm going to do this form again, now a little bit faster with a little bit less commentary, okay? So from our chariot position here, into Chumbi, ready position. Now remember, you're going to lift up, okay, your right leg again this time. Right arm coming to the left shoulder. I'm going to do this double block to the centre, 1. Now twisting the hips, reversing the arms, 2. Now from this position, remember, we just come out here with the right arm, back fist into the centre, then pulling this arm directly into punching position. Then you're going to punch out, left arm covering your elbow this time, then twisting, okay? So wrist pointed upwards. Now looking to your right, stepping across, cross leg stance, repositioning your hand now to the side of the fist, double block, twisting, so regular position for low block. Rotate now all the way around, block in, pulling in punching position this time your right fist, punch out. Okay, then we're going to go 1, 2, double block. Now remember from here we come out with the left arm now, back fist into the centre, look in, step across, out again, into the centre. Pulling left fist in now, punching position, punch out, covering with right hand, twist, stepping now towards the left, step across, and low block, okay, reverse side here, covering, right hand, twisting, circle. Pulling the left arm in this time, punching position, looking forwards now, single punch, okay, covering, right hand this time. Now looking close your right. Knife arm middle block, hook punch. Stepping across, looking to the centre, then middle block, then 1, back fist 2, kia, 3, into the centre. And barrel, back to ready. Shot, relax. Okay, so we're going to go through one final time, okay, and we're going to go through a little bit faster again with a little bit less commentary. Now what I want you to try and do this time is when we are doing these blocks now, particularly your double block here, I want you to try and twist your hip. So you recall in piano and samdan, piano form 3, when we have this position here, we use our hip, we turn to the side slightly like this, and we block 1, 2 like this, without going too far out to the side. We're going to try and do that with this hyung now, okay, so we turn slightly to the side, twist, slightly to the side, twist, so we're getting this hip movement into the block, okay? So, from chariot position here, 준비. Okay, naihanchi samdan, okay, so stepping up, 1, block 1, twist, block 2, out, in, okay, pulling in, punch out, twist, okay, look into the side, step, up, block, twist in, circle, 1, pull in, punch out and cover, then twisting your body, 1, 2, out, in, now stepping across, same movement, step, look, out, in, pull in, left side in, punch, twist, look, step, low block, twist, circle, pulling in, single punch now, looking, okay, to the right, knife arm block, hook punch, stepping across, middle block, then 1, back fist, kill, back to ready, and shot, relax. Okay, so this concludes our set of naihanchi hyung. Okay, so remember there are 3 naihanchi hyung, naihanchi chodan, idan, samdan, all done, horse riding stance here, so remember pointing your knees outwards, top of your feet, back straight here. Okay, also trying to twist your hips, and also remember that little tip, turning your feet slightly inwards here to help you maintain your stance. Okay, so on the surface these 3 hyung look quite simple to do, but once you practice them a few times you realise that to get all the movements correct with the right amount of head movement and hip rotation and putting power into your stance where you're using Kimajase predominantly all the way through, it's quite difficult. Okay, so I want you to keep working on your horse riding stance, keep working on your hip twist in the horse riding stance, and practice these 3 hyungs, okay, whilst we're outside of our lessons. Okay, right, we're going to move into our last bit of the session, okay, very shortly. Okay, so just take a drink again there. Okay, Jerry, can you have a minute? Okay, welcome back everybody. So for the last part of today's lesson, I'm just going to focus on 2 more of our Ilse-Sieg one-step movements. Okay, so as you probably aware, we have 20 set Ilse-Sieg techniques on our syllabus. So the idea is that you're practicing this sequence of 20 techniques on the syllabus, or 20 movements on the syllabus. You work through pretty much the full range of Tang-Soo-Do movements by doing so. Okay. Now the one that we're going to do today, the two movements that we're going to do today are number 17 and number 18, which I think in some respects are possibly the most difficult to do because of not only the movements that you're doing, but also because of the kick that we're finishing off with. We're doing what we call a jump, turning crescent kick. Okay, so I'm going to turn sideways on here. Okay, so you can just see a little bit better what I'm doing. Now, one step number 17, we are going to step forwards with our left leg first. Okay, so a lot of the one-step movements that we've done so far prior to this, we've been moving out to the side or we've been stepping backwards. This is quite unusual because we step towards, so it's quite important when you're doing it with a partner that you get it right, because if you don't, you're going to end up stepping onto somebody punching. So you are defending firstly against a high punch coming in off the right side. So you're going to step forwards with your left leg. Okay, so we're going to move into our front stance here, and we're going to do left arm Jan Quan, so I'm pushing across the body. So if I turn facing the camera here, stepping forwards here, I push across. So if I do mirror image again here, okay, so if you have your left leg forwards like this, you push your left arm across your body like this, okay? Now while you're doing this, you can execute a low Yuksudo at the same time. So striking ridge hand attack here with this bone here at the base of your hand, okay? So we block and strike at the same time. So from this position here, you block with your left, you're going to strike with your right like this, okay? So your the punching arm is here, you block and strike at the same time. Now from this position, your opponent delivers a high reverse punch, okay, using the left arm. So you're going to use your right hand now to do this inside to outside block here with open hand, okay? So from here, we turn 2. Now from this position, you're going to reposition yourself. Your left leg is going to move in sideways on and you're going to push here, okay? So this is finding your marker here with your target, okay? So this is the right distance now to kick using your back leg. Now, there'll be some of you out there who can't do this kick, okay, because you just aren't flexible enough, okay? So if you can't do this, we're just going to do the regular kick here. So you're going to bring up your right leg here and you're going to turn 3/4 way around your body here before this leg lifts up to kick all the way back and then cover punch, okay? So from this position here, you turn towards your right, 3/4 way around, your opposite foot turning around with it, lifting this leg up straight, so crescent kick and back, okay? So I'm going to go through this sequence again here. So from Chumbi position, the left leg steps forwards, right arm in Yuksudo here, then right arm inside to outside block, open hand here. Then I twist my hips into horse stance, pushing away with the left arm now. Okay, finding my distance. Now your right leg, you're going to turn round, kick, then cover punch, back to ready. Okay. Now for those that are a little bit more flexible of you, okay, after you've done this movement here, you can do your jump kick this time, okay? So when you're doing your jump kick, remember your knees, you're going to bend here to start with, and when you land, you're going to bend your knees, okay? So don't land your legs straight like this, you bend here. So we find our marker here, you're going to jump, you're going to kick, then you're going to punch like this, and that's ready, okay? So we're from this position, you're going to jump, kick, punch, back to ready, okay, shot. So, number 17, let's have a look. From here, okay, so left leg stepping forwards into your front stance, right arm doing Yuksudo, okay, ridge hand, blocking inside to outside using right hand, turning your body now into horse riding stance, okay, pushing away, then bending the knees, jumping, kick, punch, back to ready. Okay, so that's 17. Number 18, you're going to use the opposite side this time, okay? So you're going to step toward this time using your right leg, and you're going to block with your right hand while you strike using your left hand. So now from here, your left hand, doing inside to outside open block, right leg steps in to do horse stance, pushing away here, jam quan, then jump in, left leg this time, up, kick, punch, okay? So one more time from here. We're going to step in from here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, jump, punch, back to ready, and sharp legs. Okay, so remember once again, if you're not too flexible from here, you can go 1, 2, push, turn, kick, back, okay? If you are flexible, you can maybe have a go at your jumping kick here, up, and punch, and barrel, and shot, legs. Okay, obviously if you're going to try this at home, please make sure you've got enough room to do it, because space is a real premium for a lot of people at the moment. Even in my living room here where I am, okay, with this space around me, I'm still struggling to do this jumping kick. I'm worried about hitting something else around me, okay? So please be careful with it. So remember, number 17, left leg forwards, left arm pushing across, right arm striking. Number 18, right leg forwards, right arm pushing across the block, left arm pushing down here. Okay, so I'm going to finish off this session for today. Okay, so we've covered quite a lot. It's been a lot of technical detail in terms of the 3-9 Hanshi. Okay, and also quite a bit of athleticism needed for one step number 17 and 18. Okay, but remember, if you're not that flexible, don't try and do the jumping kick, just do a normal inside to outside crescent kick. Okay, so I'm going to finish off today. Okay, thank you for watching this lesson. Okay, cheerio. Thanks, Sue. Cansado.